All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. My brothers and sisters over at Patron, Pastor Dowell here. I'm here this morning with a little bit of comprehension and understanding, hopefully to help develop our minds. I've been in the walk, I've been in the faith. Now it's quickly approaching almost 30 years. I'll get the time and lock it down here one day soon. But there's a lot of things that has transpired and taken place over the years, as far as living on community, dealing with communities, and then getting people to come to the knowledge of the truth of what something is. Because today, people are more or less led by their feelings, how they feel, or their emotions rather than truth. And you can't build a nation off of preconceived ideas and notions. You can't build a nation off of how I feel or how someone feels. You have to deal with truth, and you have to deal with facts, and you have to deal with it in the inward parts. Because a lot of times when people tell a story or they say something, or if they don't say anything, people are speaking. People speak all the time. Even when a statement is made and nobody responds and say anything, you have to learn how to interpret the language, especially the silent language that is never ever spoken, yet and still is spoken really loud. And I can give you an example. Amos 5:10 says, "They hate him that rebuketh in the gate." So that's obvious that if you are a community leader, a home fellowship leader, or a leader in any capacity in Israel, the scriptures have already told us, it already defined for us that you will be hated. Now, what you have to do is you have to accept the fact that that is going to be the case, because people are at different levels and understanding. I come from a military background, and there are different levels and different tiers to discipline. The reason why a lot of people don't make it into higher echelon or in more disciplined units in the military is simply because they can't follow orders, or they take things personally when it hasn't. Taking things personally has nothing to do with anything. It has to do with the accomplishment of the mission. That's all the Army cares about, is the accomplishment of the mission. They're not asking you for your opinion. They're not asking you how you feel about something. They don't have a democracy right there where everybody has input. This is the mission. This is the statement. This is how we're going to approach this. This is how we're going to negotiate it. And that's it. The accomplishment of the mission. When you get out here into the civilian sector and stuff, you start learning that people are not disciplined at all. And anytime you correct, because remember the book says correction is grievous unto them that forsaketh the way, unto him that forsaketh the way. Open rebuke is better than secret love. Amos 5:10, they hate him, they rebuke within the gate. And watch this, the second part of it is, and they abhor him, they detest him that speaketh uprightly. Starting off early on in the community and stuff, no doubt I'm the most disciplined one out of all the people. Many of them have never been in discipline. Some of them have the highest level of discipline they ever participated in being told what to do was maybe high school, and that was it, the majority of them. But when you come from a position in place to where you know what it means to be under authority, and then in authority, and still under authority while yet in authority, you begin to comprehend. It's like when I became a sergeant, I had to actually stop having union and fellowship with my buddies who were privates and specialists, because I realized that once I became a sergeant, they thought, listen to me very closely, they thought that they could still speak to me the same way that they used to now that I'm in authority over them. and I had to quickly make some choices and decisions, and in no choices and decisions, we just simply couldn't be friends anymore because they didn't understand my position. And the reason why they didn't understand my position now is because now I've been granted, I have been given more authority, and now I've been given authority over them. And when I would give them an order, when I would give them orders, when I would implement or carry out orders, they would look at me almost in a facial expression of disdain or disrespect. Like, who are you to tell me? Well, this rank on my collar does. And that's what I'm representing now that I'm not only getting paid more, but this is my authority over you in this particular instance. And they just couldn't comprehend it and get it. So I had to actually really truly sit them down and make a separation and almost literally become their enemy in order to get them to understand. And then you know what happened? About 6 months later, a year later, next thing you know, they end up getting promoted. Now they're sergeants. Then they come to me and ask, why does all their, friends, used to be friends, the specialists and the privates, why do they all respond to them like, won't they just do what I tell them and stuff like this? And I said, isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing that now you hear, now I've got to turn around and sit up there and tell you the same things you've done, but the only reason why you get it now is because now you're in a position of authority. And now you comprehend and understand. See, the people who have never been in authority, they don't understand what it means to implement a task, to implement a mission, to implement a plan, to carry out a leadership. Because they've never been there before. And so they take things personally. And I had to deal with this early on in the community. And as a matter of fact, you can see the remnants of it still till today because people don't get it. It depends. You have to understand that I realized that all those people, when I was in authority over them, I knew that they spoke about me behind the scenes. I could see it in their eyes. I could tell by their body language what they thought about me, giving them orders and all that stuff. But nevertheless, what I had to do was understand, you know what? They're here. And no matter how many times I try to tell them where they're at, they're not going to get it unless they are in the same experience and vein. And so the ones that I thought that used to be the closest to me end up being my greatest enemies. And end up, when I say great enemy, the greatest, and they're the ones who oppose me the most. This is like in the family. You have wives who's married to a husband, and she'll say that she's with her husband. Just like today, people know how to say the right things and everything. But if you watch action, you watch function, if people are intelligent enough to behind the scenes to be able to see exactly what's really being done, you'll find out if she really honors or respects or not. There's one thing I always deal with. Especially in my house now that it's done expanded and stuff. I always tell them, don't ever undermine me. Don't ever undermine me. Don't you ever go out there and spit and misinformation because you only want your side to be told because you're in your emotions. Because that's what women are. Women get into their emotions. They get into their feelings. And when they're under authority and stuff, they try to, women have been so used to taking authority in this world. And because the world is giving it to them because it's matriarchal. And when they can't have it, or if they had perceived authority and now it's been stripped from them and stuff, now they have the same attitude as the specialists and privates that I was dealing with in the military. And so being on this community and stuff, I had a lot of things I had to do to try to train men in order to become the heads of their home. Because I could tell them this is what we could do. By the time they get home, their wives are spitting in their ear, deceiving them because there's a soul time connection there, trying to pit them against me, and I had to wrestle against all this stuff. Even in my own house, I had to. I'll give you an example about that. All right, it was said to me that my sons, I got Chuck, Ariel, Gabriel, and Iskaya, and of course I would see pictures on the internet or stuff and look at them and like, what the hell? And then, of course, if I mention something about it, they will come to their father, they'll come to their mother and say, I can't believe Dad said this about me. All right? And or I can't believe that Dad called us out like I've never dishonored, never disrespect. Hold on. You mean you never dishonor and disrespect in word, but in deed and in function, there's been a great dishonor and disrespect. And I'll give you an example to help educate y'all. There's one thing about this world and society, and I have to tell things in stories just to get people to comprehend stuff because people just simply don't get it. I remember growing up in the projects, then growing up in the hood, and then moving out of that, and my mom and dad moving to apartments, brand new apartments that had been built, and it was in a white area. We come out of the inner city, and then they end up eventually buying them a house. Okay, I went to a high school where almost every young boy in the school, with exception of the poor ones, they had vehicles, they had cars that they were driving to school. And they had it like that because their parents taught them the right way, or they provided for them, or whatever you want to call it. But watch this. I went the other day and looked at some of my classmates and to see how they were doing and stuff. Of course, the ones that were, their parents were doing well in life, and they ended up going to college. Some of them are lawyers, some of them are doctors, some of them are professionals. Some of them are preachers, believe it or not. I looked at them and I said, it's an amazing thing because the very houses that they grew up in, and now that a lot of them parents have passed away, they have actually inherited their parents' home, the home they grew up in. And I mean, I'm talking about big homes. And now their children is being raised in that home, and now their children are adults. And more likely, they're teaching them how to keep things in the family. You look at us, the low base-minded people we are. You try to teach our people succession. You try to teach our people, like for instance, the book. You look at Jacob, the sons of Jacob. All right, he had all these sons. And even though we could see their character and see some of the things they did, they stayed with their father. They stayed with Israel. They did not dishonor their father by going out here into the world, shaming him and embarrassing him like mine have done me. Now, I use the words shame and embarrassment because people don't give a damn about the people that's over them, the people that provided for them, the people that has talked to them about inheritance and legacy, the way things go, because people are full of themselves today. And women don't understand why people like me, men, we speak to men and we talk to men as men. Because if you don't talk to men as men, then we're all going to continue to keep on being destroyed for the lack of knowledge. That's why I don't pay attention to what women have to say, because they don't have any power and strength to force and even affect change anyway. I'm trying to raise up young men. I'm trying to raise up and get men to understand the ways of Yah. So they'll quickly point out because their feelings, and they're all in their feelings, and their feelings are hurt. Well, dad said this about me, or dad said that about me. I can't believe pastor said this about me. But they never ever think about the dishonor that they're brought to my house. They never think about the shame that they're brought to my house. They never think about the embarrassment that they brought to my house. If they run out here doing drugs, getting tatted up, turn around and piercing their damn bodies and shit, and going out here and laying with all these damn Gentiles and stuff, and I mean, and just doing stupid stuff. They don't understand that I have to divorce myself from them and keep myself in the love of Yah because they haven't chose Yah. Henceforth the prodigal son. You didn't see the father going chasing the son. If you understand what I mean. Let me give an example of recent. I had a conversation, discussion with my shy mother, Nellie, Mom Nellie. And Mom Nellie has sons sitting right here. They work right up here in town still, and they live the next township over. Mom Nellie, she drives right past their job every single time she goes shopping. She drives right past their home every single time. And you know what? That woman has done nothing but honor me. Nothing but honor me. You know the reason why? Because she knows, because of the choices and decisions that they have made in their life, she knows I don't want her around them. If they want to see her, they can come here and see her, but they know the rules. But we're not going to go out as parents and as authority figures, father and mother, we're not going to go out there and entertain them in their wickedness. Whether they like the standard, understand the standard, comprehend it or not, totally irrelevant. Totally irrelevant. We are the older ones. We are the ones that in life and experience life and have been through many things in life. They don't understand this. They still can't even piss straight. So Mama Nellie will not dishonor me because she knows my sentiments by going to their job and visit them, even though there's a spirit that entices her. I want to see my sons. I want to see my sons. And she has to quickly get herself together and say, no, you're here to go to the store. I'm not going to dishonor my husband. I'm not going to dishonor him at all. I'm going to do what I know his will is. And then in that way, she keeps in good standing with me because she's being obedient. And I am also protecting her from a lot of heartache and pain. Because there's no way that she would, let's say that she undermined me and decide to sneak on the down low and go over there and fellowship and commune with Ariel and Gabriel. Let's just say she did that. She would end up with more hurt and disappointment because she see that even though they are the silhouette of versions in a human body or what she's familiar with spiritually, it would kill her. It's killing her to know that, man, there ain't even no connection at these. I mean, they sound like my sons, they look like my sons, but when I look at them in heart and function, they don't act like my sons, and neither do they act like the son of Pastor Dowell. I can say the same thing with Chuck too. It's for the younger to seek after the father, not the father to seek after the son. And because women will get all in their feelings and emotions, so Satan don't speak to them. And they'll come up with all kind of stuff and shit like this. I've even rebuked Mother Carol. Don't be going out there entertaining them just because they want to see you or something like that. If that's the case, you come to me. You give me the respect and honor and come to me, and I'll let you know if you can see them on what basis and what terms. And that's how it is. That's how I run my house. And I don't expect anybody to undermine my house. Now you think about this. I'm talking about this, again, being open the book. Easily to be read of all men. Some of you may have these experiences, may not have these experiences, but unless you hear these experiences and get taught by them, many of you men will be used and abused, undermined, deceived, thinking your wife is one way when she's really another. And that's sad if that ever comes to your house. That's sad if that ever comes to your home or front yard or your gate, where you really truly think that you're married to an honorable woman, but she gives the damn more about the children that are in utter rebellion against you than you yourself. So I pay attention to a lot of stuff. And of course, I'm the guilty party because I call out the mess. I'm the guilty party. Remember, he that they hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly. So another levy charge is so-called against me is that people don't know how rough I was in the beginning. Oh, you mean people don't know how wicked people were in the beginning, and I had to rebuke and reprove and correct and constantly had to do it. And nobody give a one damn bit about Pastor Dowell, the direction we're going, the vision that is in front of me, the things I needed to do. Henceforth, a lot of people and families departed from the community because they would get in their feelings and didn't want to get to where we at today. Now watch this. The majority of them now that have left this community, they still don't own anything. They're doing things the way of the world. They're a mortgage, rent, living from paycheck to paycheck. They're living it up, having a good time out there in the world, ain't they? Got their so-called perceived freedom and all kinds of junk. And yet it's still the very thing that they had left when they came here and put their hand to the plow. They returned back to the weaker and beggarly elements of the world. And now, I even told many of them, I said, isn't it amazing that somehow, some way, you all think that I need y'all. You really truly believe and think that I need y'all in order to accomplish the task and the mission that Yah has purpose for me at hand. I don't need you. I let them flat out know that. And of course, they let me know too, and they had the option too, like everybody else did. I've always said the gate swing both ways, and families and everything, they went right out that gate. Some of them went out that gate expecting me to give them a boatload of money. Some I did, some I didn't. It depends on where they were at, what they did. Amazing, isn't it? That's the reason why I've always had self-determination, self-drive, self-motivations. And I've always, when I use only self, because I stayed focused on the Most High Yah. Yah is my strength. That's the reason why you see me working extremely hard doing these foundations. You seen that? I said, like before Elder Doug got here, there was a shower house, there was a dining hall, there was a fellowship hall before he got here. Guess who built them? Teacher Shane and Deacon Bell, they will come and help in the evening time and stuff, but guess who was here all day long building those buildings? Some of the people that left, they gone. I wish I had those pictures if we had it back then, or videos, phones like we had now, to where we could record, where you could see me out there. I can't tell you how many days that I went out there and laid blocks on that dining hall by myself, mixed mud, laid blocks, did the whole thing. You know why? Because I had already determined, if you ain't for me, then you're against me. And now you look at this. All these years later, let me see. We have 1, 2. Let me just go with the houses that I've done the foundation and framed, had my hands on myself. A 4-plex, we got 1 person living in it now, sister living in it now, and we're going to work on that hopefully this winter. Got the 4-plex. Got brother JC's and Deacon Bell's home. That's 2. The one at the top, 2 at the top of the hill, 3, 4. 1 right across street, 5. This one I'm living in, 6. Brother Scott's and them, 7. That's 7 homes physically out here on this property that I literally built with my own hands. And then you look at the homes that we've got when we purchased other lands that were trailers, and now they actually look like homes, but they're trailers, but they look like homes. There's, let me see, 8. Let's go with them. 1, 2. You got 2 of them. 3, 4. 5. So that's 13 dwelling places we have out here. Watch this. No debt, no mortgage, no monthly rent, no monthly note. All in the name. Every land I purchased, I've gotten it all out of my name and put it in the name of the ministry. There ain't too many men going to do that now, is it? How many men you know that's actually physically going to do that? They all say they love y'all, but how many people you know that's actually physically going to do that? That every time they get money and resources and stuff, they're going to use it for the benefit of the community. I get the benefit. Believe me, I get the benefit a lot. And I remember when I first started on this community and stuff, I would put my family in the most poorest, reprehensible conditions that there was, and I would do everything and get all the things taken care of first. Remodel their trailers, give them all decks and everything. And then by the time I got around to mine, I've seen that some of them was so ungrateful and so unthankful. I had to turn around and try to help repair what they already done tore up, because the children act like a bunch of hood rats and hoodlums. Tore up a thing we put a lot of money in, and had no respect for anything that I said, man, let me stop this for a second and concentrate. And I said, I got in the dining hall and I said, let me tell you something break after we done turn around and giving it to y'all and fix it, you gonna fix it your own self. Because right now I'm gonna work on my home house, because at this rate and at this pace, I would never even have a damn place to dwell in because of the ungratefulness and unthankfulness of the spirits. So then I would have to rebuke someone, correct someone. And of course, then the charge levied against me, oh, he's just a hard man. Remember the privates? They thought I was hard too. Until one of them got promoted, and then they understood, and only then they understood. And until a man gets a family, he ain't going to never truly understand what authority and leadership is. Chuck don't understand what it means to be the head of a household. He don't have a household he's the head of. Aaron and Gabriel don't know what it means to be the head of a household. He don't have none. But see, they're so selfish and living for themselves that they don't even comprehend and understand what the hell is going on. They don't even know that they are a reflection or should be a reflection of me. The only thing that saves me is that I've got people like Elder Mitch, 36 years old. Brother Daniel, 37 years old. Brother Kabir, Rob Mattis, Elder Rufus. I got all these, Brother Greg, Deacon Josh. I got all these other young men behind me that their character impeccable, nature impeccable. They strive for the kingdom. Brother McNabb, Brother Brent up here, Brother JC, Brother Nate. I can go on and on and on, Brother Ray. I can go on and on. All these men right here, they are the ones that now are the reflection of the ministry, and they rebuke the lifestyles of these so-called damn sons who have went out there and run with the devil. But I'm the evil one, I'm the wicked one, because I call a spade and call it for what it is. Don't y'all listen? And even if y'all sons turn and decide to turn away, and then make no mistake about it, that's what they've done. They've turned away from Yah. You tell me that's honor? Honor is when I was speaking about my people I went to school with. Honor is and let's look at what honor was in the days of our people. Honor is when you had your father who was a king, and then when his time came and passed, you are a righteous seed. You stepped into that position of honor, and then you raised your sons and daughters to keep the commandments, and then you kept that thing going. Dishonor is when your father was righteous, you decided to be wicked as hell, and you led people astray. And so we don't think that people are doing that today. Or are we so connected in our damn sorry ass feelings and emotions that we can't see what the hell is going on? So, at great violence and having great violence done to me, I've had to sit up there and figure out over the years all this disdain, all this dishonor, and all this disrespect. Now, I don't give none of them nothing. I don't give them nothing. I don't give them a damn thing. I can't even tell you the last time I gave any of them any damn thing. Lydia, I don't speak much about her because, I mean, you don't think that's a dishonor? My own damn daughter went out here and gets married to a damn heathen, didn't even have the respect for a mother, didn't have respect for me to even let us know she was getting married. Just went and got married and stuff. Put her through college and all this shit. And that's why I've been adopting lately a statement like this. I hear everybody else is moaning and griping, complaining. What about me? Where is my honor? As a hard-working man and a father and a guy has shown by the fruit of his life that I love Yah. I love Yah's people. I have not forsaken the way. I have not turned aside. I have not gone after the way of Baal. I have not gone after the way of selfishness and served myself. I have not gone after the way of Satan. I have not become a son of Belial. When are people going to be concerned about me? See, now when I start flipping the script, and that's what people hate more than anything, is when you turn it around, you make them accountable, and you put it on them. They hate that shit. Hate it. Until then, it seems like their arguments and their opinions are all valid. Until now it's time for me to speak. And when I speak like this, I give men that are coming behind me, like Brother McNabb, Brother Brent, Brother JC, Elder Mitch. I give these young men that are 20 years, 25 years, 30 years behind me, I give them a window of understanding that they don't have to even try to figure out. When they see it happening, they can equate what Pastor Dowell has taught and what he said and automatically put it to and say, this is what's happening and this is what's going on. It's sad. So instead of everybody worrying about your sorry ass sons and daughters who ain't serving Yah, and you still trying to cultivate a relationship with them, what about you being offended that they're dishonoring you in your house, and they're dishonoring Yah himself, because they were brought up better than this. They were raised better than this. And yet and still you choose the way of the world, and then you better get your wives in line, because if you don't get your wives in line and shit, they will betray you. They will undermine you. They will dishonor you and disrespect you. That's what they will do, because it's in them to do it. I don't know how much more truthful you can be. Am I upset? No, I'm not upset at all. Now, I use the term embarrassment. I use the term dishonored. I use the term shame. But I'm not really embarrassed. I'm not literally shamed. Or I don't care about the dishonor of that, because that's what they chose. So I focus my attention other places. I'm not going to aid and abet someone that is in rebellion against Yah. And a video like this, brothers, y'all need to listen to this again and again and again, because Pastor Dowell is one of the few men that actually get out here and give you practical life lessons to when people can't articulate shit. Well, I'll let you clearly know what the hell is going on so that you don't be deceived. So what we've got going on today is nothing new under the sun. It's just that people don't want to call it for what it is, because when especially women don't want to call it for what it is. But because when it's your son involved, everybody wants to make all these damn excuses for their wicked asses, and not understand that they went the way of Jeroboam. They went the way of Cain. They ran after the greedy heir of Balaam. That's what they've done. They damn so ain't no Ezekiel and Jeremiah and Hezekiah. They damn so ain't none of them. Because if it was, we all would be rejoicing then, wouldn't we? So I keep myself in the love of Yah, stay focused on Yah's vision and intention, and I keep on driving on, and I don't let nothing distract me. Even, first of all, number one, from my own house, the communities, or my own family. I don't let nothing distract me. I keep focused, and I keep my eyes on the kingdom and the prize. And I don't give a damn what my Ishais think about it. They supposed to be with me, obeying me, and honoring me. Now, if they with me, man, shoot. Man, I pour out love unbelievable to them. And they are. At least what I can tell for the most part. But if I detect any deterrence or something going off, you better believe I'll be on it like stink on shit and a 2-ton heavy stick. Because I work too damn hard. I have paid too much. I have been lied on, misrepresented. I've had people point fingers at me, falsify information. I had people disparage my character, my name, my content. I mean, just like when McGee, he thought that he had something when he was going to get up and he was going to speak all this stuff about Pastor Dowell. Everybody was upset. Oh, I said, no. Let him speak. Some of y'all remember that. I need to find that video. If somebody knows where that video is, please send it to me. I need to find that video so I can use that as a teaching tool to show you how to handle a novice, a snot-nosed novice lifted up with pride. I let him speak. He said, just because you assert something, just because you say that don't mean it's facts. I let him have his say. I sure did. Let him go in. Then it was my turn. And I used humility to shame the living shit out of him. And when it was all said and done, you saw what it means to have an older, experienced, wise man literally put to shame a damn snot nose who think they know something. I shamed him in front of everybody. I even had people shamed the way that they acted. I shamed him in front of his family. And then afterwards, he wanted to have a meeting with me and Mother Carol in the back, which he proceeded to cry, talking about, I'm always doing stuff wrong. Only to turn around later on to get that woman to spit back in his ear. You didn't do nothing wrong there. And then they strengthen him in ignorance and in sin and weakness. And now he's worse than ever. And guess what? I'm glad he's gone. Goodbye, good riddance, and so the hell long. Ask Elder Austin. I treated him like my own son. And look what he's done. Austin Cowell, astute, taking all this money and stuff. He's stolen from y'all. I've given him all kind of monies, trusted him with monies. The land cost $18,000. I paid $12,000 of that land. I put over 75% of the money and income in that home down there. And that's not including labor and time. I cannot tell you how many times I've given them $10,000, $12,000, $5,000. I can't tell you how many times I've done that. We'll go down there and buy whole stacks of building materials, even on top of that, to know that that community is still... That community got started before Elder Mitch's did. You're looking at the contrast of two men. One wicked as hell, one honorable and righteous. How am I supposed to respond? Do you feel for him? Do you feel for him? Do you feel for Elder Austin now? See what I'm saying? Again, the scripture is true. Amos 5:10. They hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly. That's what I'm doing. I speaketh upright, and for that, your reward is hate. I'm glad I know it. Because I know that that's an option, it don't affect me much. At all. I keep my eyes focused on the King. Now you look at Elder Mitch has done shamed Elder Austin 10 times over at the breakneck speed that man, same age as Elder Austin, just about. At the breakneck speed, he's done moved in his leadership and guidance, his hard work ethic, and his self-determination and drive. Contrast his life with Elder Austin's life, and now you see what the hell I'm talking about. So I have a hell of a lot more wisdom now. Still going to rebuke and reprove. I can already tell that Hezekiah, man, he's got a little righteous spirit. I would tell him no. You know, they touch something that's going to hurt him, and I would pop his hand. He would go, ah! And instead of just sitting there pouting and stuff, you know what he does? He crawls over to me looking for a hug. I said, look at this young boy right here. He don't even know what's going on. He don't despise chastening. He wants to please his daddy. He loves his daddy. And I'm hoping to cultivate that and hope he stays in that same vein all the days of his life. And guess what? He'll be blessed. All the rest of them damn bastards is called sons. I mind you, I ain't got nothing personally against any of them. I ain't got a damn thing for them. Nothing. Nothing. You cannot serve Yah and you cannot serve Mammon. You can't do it. You dishonor me, you disrespect me. I'm going to show you what dishonor and disrespect me. I'm not going to sit up and be at war with you. I'm not going to do all that. I'm going to keep on living and stuff. And when my days is done, your ass ain't going to get nothing of anything in any way, shape, fashion, or form. And you need to know that. Everybody needs to know that right now. If you want to know the mind of Yah. You want to know the mind of Pastor Dowell? Look at the book. Whatever the book says, that's what I do. It's easy to figure out. That's the way I am. So I have great respect and great honor. Because she's the latest one that has to experience all this pain. Then Mom Nellie don't undermine me. She will not go past me. They want to see her now. Can you come over? No, she would ask me. No, you can't. How about that? No, you can't. They want to see you. They can come here. They know the protocol. You got all these damn tattoos on you. Cover your ass up, but you ain't gonna stay too long. Well, we don't want to come. We don't want to defile the land. You won't defile the land. You do what you meet the condition. Y'all know the stand. I'm not changing. I am the alpha. I am the head. I am the one in authority here. I'm not going to change the rules and bend the rules to suit somebody serving Satan. Am I making any sense? You men, y'all better take heed to what I'm saying. Y'all better take heed to what I'm saying. And y'all better use these principles, because I'm telling you, some of you have wives, but they're not after your heart. They're not. They're selfish as hell, and they don't give a damn about you. You better learn how to discern, and you better learn if one is a good one or a bad one before you experience a lot of hurt, heartache, and pain. And pay attention that if you make statements and you say something to them and all of a sudden there's silence and there's quietness, pay damn attention. Men, we are continually about life. We carry seed. The seed is in our incubator, our balls. A woman doesn't carry life. The man does. We're creating the image of Yah. We're creators. And when we insert seed into her, that's when that egg becomes a living organism, a living life, because of the seed that comes from us. Other than that, a woman experiences death once a month. The egg goes, dies off, gone. So start learning how to act and function more on a higher plane. Because I know if I didn't tell y'all these experiences and what's going on, what's done and stuff, man, I will still have all these people that will still carry an offense in their heart against me because they don't know, as old Paul Harvey used to say, the rest of the story. And you women, go back and listen to this again. Get educated and learn what Pastor Dowell just said. Because his life and Satan is real. This ain't no plaything. This ain't no joke thing. He's working on getting you. He's working on taking you right out of the kingdom. And your best protection that there ever is, and your hedge is under the authority and under the umbrella of protection of a righteous man that is a husband. Period. Don't you ever try to undermine him or ever try to take the lead of a righteous man and bring curses upon the family. And men, if you permit them, you bring a curse on your family and you will be destroyed. So I said a lot in this to bring about a hell of a lot of education, practical facts. And I hope in this, 42-minute video, that everybody in the ministries of Straitway, when you listen to this, that's why I'm putting it at a level so everybody can hear it. So you can hear exactly what's going on and you know how to equate it. I hope you learn something and you grow from it. Don't lie to me. I won't lie to you. Don't undermine me. Don't impugn my character. Don't speak evil about me. I won't do it to you. If I do find out that you've done it, then I'm going to bring it out in the open. Whereas you do it in secret, I'll do it in the open. How much more fair can you get? That's how you keep the enemy away. Y'all be encouraged. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Y'all have a wonderful day. Hope I said something that will stimulate thought in each and every last one of you. King coming, Israel.